Legal and ethical issues of aging. Basic knowledge of the most common legal issues that may arise when working with older adults is extremely important. Legal issues are most often related to the individual's ability to make healthcare decisions and consent to treatment or research. The National Elder Law Foundation is one of the few specialty organizations that certify lawyers who have demonstrated knowledge pertinent to the legal needs of the older adult. Autonomy versus loss of rights can occur when family or others act in place of the elder. It may be due to the elder's failure to make plans for their person or property, or management in the event of a disability. Victimization is where elders can be victims of repair scams, money scams, insurance sales, get-rich-quick schemes, family or others who co-own accounts with checking or withdrawal privileges. Property management is where no advanced plans have been made to deal with property in the event that the elder is incapacitated or disabled, and it can lead to any person petitioning for control or guardianship. Development of a trust is a legal document where a person designates someone to manage their resources and stipulates how resources are to be managed and designates a beneficiary. The advanced directives will be reviewed momentarily. The following can take a legal agreement through the court system and includes competency, capacity, which includes the ability to handle finances and or daily business, to take care of oneself, and to make medical and health-related decisions. It also includes the ability to agree or to decline healthcare treatment and procedures. We also have the power of attorney versus durable power of attorney, guardianship, and conservator, which is appointed by the court to control the finances of the ward. The Patient Self-Determination Act, or the PSDA of 1990, states that the client has the ultimate authority in the decision to forego life-sustaining treatment for himself or herself rather than the physician or the healthcare facility. It provides instructions for care and identifies decision makers. A living will is restricted to the client's wishes specific to the condition of a terminal illness. A durable power of attorney for health care. Some states will restrict what the durable power of attorney for health care can make decisions on and what the person cannot. A power of attorney is a legal agreement that authorizes a designated person to act on behalf of the signer. A general power of attorney and a durable power of attorney are not the same. A general power of attorney may relate to payment of specific bills and acts as a representative of the individual. The durable power of attorney is where the client is usually competent when the DPOA is given, but it can be for health care only, financial only, or both. There's two different forms of competence. We have legal competence and clinical competence. Clinical competence usually has to be determined by the court. Legal terms used to indicate the level of a person's ability to make a decision is competence. It includes the ability to understand the consequence of one's actions and choices, and this ability is presumed unless there is clear evidence indicating that the person cannot understand the information needed to make appropriate decisions. Guardianship is a legal agreement through the court for an individual, agency, or corporation to have care, custody, and control of the disabled person and manage his or her personal or financial affairs. The third party might be a bank, a social service, or a social service agency designee. The Nurse Practice Act has several statements, in fact 23 statements, that constitute unprofessional conduct, and the licensed nurse is held accountable to these standards of practice. When we look at elder abuse, there are several different entities that help make sure that abuse is not taking place, and one of these includes the National Ombudsman Program, and it helps make sure that the elderly are appropriately cared for. We have to look at the elderly who are incapacitated. They have no or limited capacity in one area of his or her life, but still have ability in another. For example, they can't take care of personal business like bill paying, but they can still make healthcare decisions. Elder abuse can also let me back up. Legal protection should be or is in place for people who have impaired capacity. We also look at neglect, which implies that the caregiver has not met his or her obligations, and it can range from general power of attorney for the financial, can be guardianship or conservatorship where the person becomes a ward. Again, nurses are mandatory reporters, so if there is any suspicion of elder abuse, it must be reported, as long as you have are making the report in good faith. And we as nurses are always considered to be patient advocates, where we are always making sure that our patients are receiving the best possible treatment and care, especially when they are unable to speak for themselves.